is News 3 Now at 6.
Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6. We hear about COVID-19 deaths and hospitalizations every day, but there are also thousands of people who survived the virus and still haven't fully recovered. Naomi Coles met a Janesville teenager who just wants her life back.
She's traveled the country for top cheerleading competitions.
Those are all my medals from All-Star Cheer.
Now, Ava Pennycook of Janesville would be happy to get through a practice.
I don't know where I stand because they didn't put me in any stunting groups.
Just 15, Ava's still battling a virus that her friends don't understand and some leaders downplay for the young. She tested positive for COVID-19 on July 23rd.
But I was healthy before I got it. So.
After weeks of nausea, no appetite, stomach pain, and difficulty breathing that at one point landed her in the ER, she tested negative in August. But 82 days since her positive test, life hasn't returned to normal.
Body aches and the hot flashes and the headaches, yeah.
Ava still can't smell. Formerly an honor student, she now gets easily confused.
I fumble over my words. It was funny at first, but now it's kind of concerning.
Extreme fatigue, dizziness, brain fog, all those and more are symptoms of a phenomenon thousands around the world experience, the COVID long hauler.
It is very new. We're still learning. It is important to come to grips with the scope of the problem.
Once they test negative, which in Ava's case took 4 weeks, they aren't still contagious, says Dr. Nasia Safdar with UW Health. Because long haulers may not be getting active medical care, she says it's hard to really pinpoint how many may experience this. A CDC report in July found that 1 in 5 millennial-age healthy adults didn't return to normal weeks after testing positive. And according to reporting from The Atlantic, the average age of long haulers is 44.
But what we're learning, I think, is that you can't just assume that just because somebody has mild symptoms to begin with, that they will bounce back immediately.
Without much available information in the medical world, Ava's mom turned to a COVID-19 survivors group on Facebook. Suddenly, like thousands of others, they felt understood.
Within 2 minutes, everyone was like, yeah, we all get hot flashes.
Because for Ava and her family, they're having a hard time getting through what sometimes feels like an isolated perspective.
It can happen to anyone.
Yeah. Ava's mom didn't want to go on camera, but she told me today that the journey can be discouraging. A lot of public messaging emphasizes children's low risk, even while doctors warn about how much we still don't know. And for Ava and many others, measuring risk has to take a whole different form.
Oh, we wish her well. Naomi, thank you. Wisconsin has yet again set a single-day record high for the number of positive cases reported, 3,678 in the past 24 hours. The state's lifetime total has reached 163,347. More than 20% of those remain active. 12 more people have died. That puts the state's death total at 1,563. Another 138 have been hospitalized. 16% of the state's hospital beds remain available. It's not what many people want to hear, but health experts in Wisconsin are asking us to avoid going anywhere we don't absolutely need to go. Adam Duxter outside the Capitol tonight where the DHS shared that message. Adam.
Well, the state's health secretary says it, and the numbers reflect it. Wisconsin is having a hard time keeping up with its coronavirus cases, and that's why she and other doctors are asking Wisconsinites tonight to go back to the way they were acting back in March and April. Now, contact tracers are saying even small gatherings for things like baby showers or pack or watch parties could lead people to be passing the virus around to one another. And that's a concern for doctors in Dane County as we approach a much colder time of year, packed with holidays.
The reality is that, anytime you come into contact with somebody indoors for a prolonged period of time, whether it's 2 people or 10, the risk is there. So the less people, the better.
Health officials here in Dane County say today that 35% of people testing positive for coronavirus in recent weeks have no idea how they got it and no idea where they got it. And that's why tonight they're asking you to spend much more time in much smaller groups.
Adam is live at the Capitol. Adam, thank you. There's new evidence that having type O negative blood may have an additional benefit to being able to donate to anyone.
The data seems to show that if you are O, whether you're O positive or O negative, you may not get COVID, and you may not get COVID if you do get it as seriously. If you're A blood type or AB blood type, you appear to be a higher risk to actually get COVID, a higher risk to be needing hospitalization and a higher risk to actually have to go onto a ventilator.
That's Dr. Zorba Pastor, who appeared on Live at 4 earlier today, was talking about a Danish study that found among more than 470,000 people tested for coronavirus, only 38% with blood type O tested positive, even though 41% of us have type O blood. And a Canadian study found among 95 patients critically ill with COVID-19, a higher proportion with blood type A or AB needed to be on a ventilator compared with patients with blood groups O or B. A new week will bring a new school district shifting to all virtual classes. That would be Monroe, doing so on Monday. The elementary, middle, and high schools will stay that way through at least October 29th. The district says it hopes to return to face-to-face instruction in all 5 of its buildings starting November 2nd. A clear and cool day. We could see a freeze tonight, though. Let's check your first warn forecast. Here is Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti. Gary.
Yeah, those clear skies are giving us a beautiful sunset tonight, but it will allow those temperatures to drop off pretty rapidly. There's the live view from the WISC Skycam. Sun just about set to head below the horizon. You can see on visible cloud track, very little in the way of cloud cover today across Wisconsin other than the northeastern part of the state. And those clouds up to the north have been bringing some light snow showers to parts of northern Minnesota and the UP of Michigan. But Wisconsin pretty much is dry right now. Temperatures have started to fall already. Here in Madison, we're down to 45. Janesville still at 52, but everybody else seeing temperatures in the 40s. Compared to 24 hours ago, that's a drop of more than 20 degrees here in Madison. A freeze warning in effect until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning for all of southern Wisconsin. Look for alert day with a low temperature of about 31 in Madison, but outlying areas could be in the upper 20s with a hard freeze possible. Skies will be clear overnight, but tomorrow we'll see variably cloudy skies and a slight chance for a shower with a high of 50. Later on, I'll take a look at our prospects for any snow flurries in the forecast in just a few minutes.
Gary, thank you. The Sauk County Sheriff's Office is trying to figure out what witnesses told them about a death at Devil's Lake State Park. If it's actually true, deputies say a 24-year-old man was found dead at the park. This was yesterday morning. Sheriff Chip Meister says his department is investigating the death as a homicide. An autopsy is scheduled for tomorrow. That body was found along the Grottoes Trail at the park. Police released a description of the person they're looking for. He is described as between 5'10" and 6 feet tall, wearing a dark-colored hat and mask. He was spotted walking west on the Grottoes Trail toward the South Shore parking lot. Sheriff Meister couldn't say for sure if this was a targeted attack. If you know anything about the case, you're asked to call the Sauk County Crime Stoppers tip line. The number there at the bottom of your screen. It's 888-847-7285. A Wisconsin Dells man will soon be headed to Michigan to face federal charges. The Michigan Attorney General announced charges against Brian Higgins for his role in a plan to kidnap Governor Gretchen Whitmer. Higgins is 51 years old. He's accused of supporting an act of terrorism. Authorities say he, along with 7 other men, plan to storm the Michigan Capitol building and harm government officials. Prosecutors say Higgins helped plan a way to kidnap Whitmer from her vacation home. Higgins was arrested in Wisconsin but will be extradited to Michigan. We're just under 3 weeks until the election and perhaps even longer away from knowing who wins. For President Trump in Wisconsin, it could come down to the rural vote. Amy Reed is live with us to share some of the issues that could drive their choice. Amy?
In 2016, Trump was able to flip some northern counties that went to Obama, and that trend of support has continued in elections since. Trump has not forgotten this. If you look at his travel schedule to the state, he's made or scheduled more stops in the northern half of the state than he has around Milwaukee. But now we have to see if people who live there will continue support for him in this election. I spoke to a political action committee that focuses on rural communities, and they told me the big issue is jobs, but they feel Trump has not delivered on his promises.
Rural voters are understanding right now that Donald Trump has broken promises, and that frustration is being felt and reflected in the surge that we are seeing in the heartland for candidates, including Joe Biden.
That PAC did a poll of likely voters in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Iowa to see where things stand this close to the election. Tonight at 10, we'll show you what it showed, and we'll also take a look at these economic issues that could drive the vote in rural America and what Trump's track record on those show about his performance.
Amy Reed live tonight. Amy, thank you. Only about 180 poll workers out of roughly 30,000 are still needed to staff polling places in Wisconsin on Election Day, despite the surge in coronavirus cases in this key battleground state. The State Elections Commission reporting shortages in 51 municipalities. That's up from just 13 the day before. Wisconsin's top elections official Megan Wolf says that number will be in flux up until Election Day, but the small number of workers needed shows that election officials, she says, have done well to be properly staffed.
It's not enough for clerks to just have enough poll workers. They also need a backup pool of people that they can call upon in the event of an emergency, in the event that somebody is ill or unable to serve on election day. They need to have a pool of people they could call in those emergencies to serve as well.
And you can head to myvote.wi.gov. Just click on Become a Poll Worker to help out those municipalities that need poll workers. Wolf says more than 19,000 Wisconsin voters registered online yesterday, and more than 77,000 voters have registered to vote since the start of October. Currently, more than 3.6 million Wisconsinites are registered to vote. Madison City Clerk has been busy. Her office has issued more than 100,000 absentee ballots as of this morning, and over 65,000 have already been returned. There are currently almost 190,000 registered voters in the city of Madison. Ahead on News 3 Now at 6, faith communities are teaming up to make sure people stay safe, what message they have for Wisconsinites. Plus, another Madison business announces it will be closing due to the COVID-19 pandemic. And there's more local news ahead tonight. All three healthcare organizations in Madison teaming up to implement non-discriminatory policies. What that means for healthcare workers, that's tonight. Join us for News 3 Now at 10.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
Find your style with Patriot Lighting from Menards. Exterior lights enhance the look of your home. All Patriot Lighting outdoor lights are 11% off. Over 120 in-stock Sylvania LED bulbs are 11% off. These 4 packs of True Wave LED bulbs produce a less intense blue light for reduced eye strain. $8.89 after 11% rebate. Stop waiting and start saving with 11% off everything now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
I can't believe it.
What? That our new house is haunted by Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Hey, Jill. Hey, Kurt. Movies? I'll get snacks.
No, I can't believe how easy it was to save hundreds of dollars on our car insurance with Geico.
I got snacks. Ooh, I got popcorn. I got caramel corn. I got kettle corn. Right. Am I too loud?
Believe it, Geico could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
President Trump is recovering from the coronavirus, and so is America. Together, we rose to meet the challenge, protecting our seniors, getting them life-saving drugs in record time, sparing no expense. President Trump tackled the virus head-on, as leaders should.
I can't imagine that anybody could be doing more.
We'll get through this together. We'll live carefully, but not afraid.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
Hey, Madison voters, don't let the pandemic suppress your vote. Create your safe voting plan now. You have options. Visit cityofmadison.com/clerk to create your safe voting plan today. Brought to you by the Madison City Clerk's Office.
Faith leaders from around the state are pledging to keep Wisconsin healthy and safe during the pandemic. Almost 200 religious leaders and groups, including the Wisconsin Council of Churches and the Wisconsin Faith Voices for Justice, say they support statewide mask ordinances and the latest orders from the Wisconsin Department of Health Services. Leaders say they must take action to ensure all Wisconsinites are safe.
People of faith must speak out and take action. The most significant step faith communities can take to stop the spread of COVID-19 is to restrict attendance at indoor religious gatherings or avoid them altogether. Doing so is a sacred expression of love.
Religious leaders say their religious liberties are not threatened by the mandates. They say technology has helped them all stay connected. They continue to encourage everyone to wear masks, social distance, and wash your hands regularly. The Madison Brew Pub is closing its doors, saying it cannot see a way forward through the pandemic.
The lack of ability to see an end to the pandemic, either with a vaccine or with just numbers going down, is kind of one of the bigger factors of the whole thing. But if the pandemic wasn't here, there'd be probably a different discussion at hand. But that's a bigger factor than anything else at this point.
Rockhound Brewing opened in 2016, growing out of owner Nate Warnke's home brewing hobby. The brew pub will wind down operations in the coming weeks, with the kitchen fully closing November 14th. From there, they'll plan to sell their beer in growlers and crowlers for as long as they can or until the beer runs out. Warnke says he's offering one last new creation, a double IPA he is calling The Last Call. A coffee shop on Madison's northeast side says it'll temporarily be closing. Cool Beans Coffee Cafe posted on Facebook it'll be closing until circumstances change following COVID-19. Ahead on News 3 now at 6. Dane County has purchased more land in order to expand one of its most popular county parks. We'll have more on that purchase ahead at 6. And Gary will be back. Says we could see a freeze tonight. We'll have the latest chilly weather ahead in your First Warn forecast.
At Healthy Minds, we recognize these are trying times, but we're here to help. Our personalized care and expertise in cutting-edge therapies can help you maintain good balance and vitality in your life. We can help you and those you care about. Contact Healthy Minds today.
We took a bad economy that was falling and turned it around. Trump took a good economy and drove it back into the ditch. Through his failure to get COVID under control, his failure to deliver real relief to working people, does he not understand and see the tens of millions of people who've had to file for unemployment this year so far? The people who lost wages while the cost of groceries have gone up dramatically? Donald Trump has been almost singularly focused on the stock market, the Dow and NASDAQ. Not you, not your families. My plan will help create at least 5 million new, good-paying jobs and create them right here in the United States of America. Let's use this opportunity to take bold investments in American industry and innovation so the future is made in America. I'll be laser focused on working families. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
A little compassion goes a long way at the Century House. Donate $50 or more to charity and save more than ever before on stressless seating. Get up to $400 off stressless recliners and office chairs, plus save hundreds more with $200 off every sofa seat you buy. Now's the perfect time to help others and fill your home with the unmatched comfort and beauty of stressless seating. Shop the Century House, 3420 University Avenue in Madison.
Looks like they finally got rid of that trip hazard. They dump it full of mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Where are the patched holes? Where's the splashed mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
Concrete lifting technologies can quickly raise and level any concrete surface using cutting-edge foam technology made in Wisconsin. Fast and accurate and eco-friendly.
How did those guys do it? Where are the holes? Where's the mud?
It ain't mud, Jack.
.com.
At Healthy Minds, we recognize these are trying times, but we're here to help. Our personalized care and expertise in cutting-edge therapies can help you maintain good balance and vitality in your life. We can help you and those you care about. Contact Healthy Minds today.
Property that will expand Indian Lake County Park. Dane County acquired about 295 acres of property. This is in the town of Barry. It'll now become a part of Indian Lake County Park. With the purchase, that park will now be almost 800 acres. That makes it the largest recreational park in the Dane County Park system. Indian Lake County Park offers a variety of seasonal recreation activities, including hiking, picnicking, cross-country skiing, archery, hunting, fishing, even a dog park. Dane County Exec Joe Parisi says the purchase came at the perfect time.
During the COVID-19 pandemic, we have seen record use of our parks, up 25% up over last year, from 3 million visits to 4 million visits countywide.
The land costs nearly $3 million. It'll be purchased with funds from the Dane County Conservation Fund. The resolution to approve the purchase will be introduced tonight at the county board meeting. Let's go to Chief Meteorologist Gary Canalti with a look at our first warn forecast.
Got a cold night and storm, maybe a couple of them. 3 things you need to know in the forecast. Frost is likely, a freeze is possible for tonight, maybe even for tomorrow night, depending on how quickly clouds spread in later on. Temperatures actually may start rising later on tomorrow night. Otherwise, it would probably be the colder of the 2 nights as winds pick up out of the south. We will see a brief warm-up on Saturday as windy conditions kick in. Could even see a couple of scattered showers, but then a cold front will come through on Saturday night. By late Saturday night, Sunday morning, possibility for a couple of flurries of snow to mix in with showers, and it'll be chilly for next week with some shower chances. And any of the nights or early mornings when temperatures are down closer to freezing, it's possible there could be some flurries of snow mixed in as well, but nothing that should stick to the ground. Freeze warning in effect for all of southern Wisconsin as well as parts of Minnesota, Iowa, and Illinois frost advisories farther to the west and also on the other side of Lake Michigan. Most of the Midwest getting very chilly temperatures for tonight. And the Climate Prediction Center 8 to 14-day temperature outlook calling for below normal temperatures, especially over the upper Midwest. The highest probabilities just to our north and west. Above normal precipitation expected, but not in so much in amount, just the fact that we'll see almost a daily chance for a light shower, and again, a couple of flurries possible at night. The drier than normal conditions will continue out west. Now, the new outlook for the month of November calling for above normal temperatures for much of the country. We may start to see a shift in the pattern as we head perhaps about 2 weeks down the road and start to see milder weather for much of the country for November, with below normal precipitation for much of the southern half of the country and equal chances of above or below normal precipitation here in our part of the Midwest. The Climate Prediction Center winter outlook from the National Weather Service for the months of December, January, and February calling for below normal temperatures to our north and west and above normal temperatures continuing in the southern part of the country. That usually sets up a storm track in between with above normal precipitation, and that's exactly what they're showing. Above normal precipitation through the Midwest and much of the northern tier of states. That could lead to a snowier winter if that pattern does hold up, so we'll have to wait and see. But the weather on weather track right now are upper level winds from the west, but notice they shift to the northwest much more strongly back through the Dakotas and Minnesota, so that cold air starting to pour southward. This line of showers is kind of the leading edge. Most of the showers are actually behind the cold front, which is now well off to the east, but you can see how the westerly and northwesterly wind flow continues through much of the Midwest, with even some snow showers up in the northern parts of the Midwest, up near the U.S.-Canadian border. Temperatures right now already in the 30s through northern Minnesota, the UP of Michigan, and far northern Wisconsin. Low to mid 40s here. You don't see any mild weather anywhere on the map here. And as we look at future track, you can see the skies mainly clear overnight. That will allow those temperatures to drop off. Tomorrow there might be a slight chance for a shower as a weak weather system moves through. And then tomorrow night the clouds move it back in later on, and we could see some rain showers on Saturday. The snow chances will stay to the north, but as this last batch of showers comes through, it's possible there could be a couple of flurries by early Sunday morning. Freeze warning in effect from 1 a.m. until 8 a.m. tomorrow morning for just about all of southern Wisconsin. For tomorrow, look for variably cloudy skies, just a slight chance for a shower with a high temperature of 50. And then in the 7 to 10 day forecast, notice chances for showers just about every day. Temperatures in the 40s, but at night, those temperatures in the lower 30s. That's when we could see a few flurries mix in. A brief warm up toward the end of next week, followed by colder weather as we head toward the following weekend.
And coming up in sports, Noah Burks ready for a big year at linebacker. The new role the Badgers senior is embracing this fall. That's next on News 3 Now.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
To celebrate Hy-Vee's 90th anniversary, get items for just 90 cents this Thursday through Sunday. Get ribeye pork chops, Bar S jumbo franks, Hy-Vee brats, and Hy-Vee yellow mustard, all for just 90 cents each, only at Hy-Vee.
Don't miss out on these great deals at Gobin Cars Grand Opening Sale. Where can you buy 2018 or 2019 new body style Chevy Equinoxes starting only $14,995 or $233 per month?
That's right. Buy a 2018 or 2019 new body style Chevy Equinox starting at only $14,995 or $233 per month. So just hurry in today and ask for my dad, Don the Dealman Gobin.
Or my daughter, Crystal the Pistol Gobin.
You gotta go to Gobin, GobinCars.com.
It's Steinhaffel's 86th anniversary, and we're celebrating with 35% off store-wide, plus an extra $86 off every $7.99 you spend. Your choice sofa or bed only $3.99 each. Get ready for the holidays with this dining room set, now only $9.99. Take an extra 5% off all Canadel dining sets, both in stock and custom order. And use Steinhaffel's no money down 60-month special financing. So shop Steinhaffel's and celebrate with our family during our 86th anniversary sale.
The house before you, over 30 years old, still has its original window. It's bone chilling.
Folks, there's no need to be afraid of old windows. Just call Feldco for 50% off.
Right now at Feldco, get 50% off windows. Plus, no interest for 1 year.
50% off windows ends soon. Call now.
For quality windows, siding, and doors, call 866 for Feldco.
At GHC, we want you to be safer at home. We have more ways for you to get care anywhere, anytime, day or night. Be seen, be safe, be home. We will get through this together. and we will all get better together.
To celebrate Hy-Vee's 90th anniversary, get items for just 90 cents this Thursday through Sunday. Get Hy-Vee tortillas, Hy-Vee taco shells, Rotel diced tomatoes, and Smart Water, all for just 90 cents each. Only at Hy-Vee.
4 years ago, it was a winning campaign strategy for Donald Trump. What role will Wisconsin's rural voters play in this year's presidential election?
This election is going to be about financial security.
News 3 Now investigates. Tonight at 10.
Noah Burks kind of burst onto the scene at outside linebacker last season for the Badgers. As a junior, he started 12 games, recording 44 tackles, 2 sacks, and a pick 6. But this year, his role has changed. Burks is now the senior leader in the room. He has the most experience and the most reps. And with that comes an expectation to not only lead, but be a playmaker. And it's one Burks plans on fulfilling this fall.
We expect him to take another big jump forward. Like his attitude, you know, he's really kind of taken ownership of that group, and he's the elder statesman with experience, and he's owned that role.
Someone's got to step up and fill those shoes. And, you know, with the long line of outside backers that we've had that have had a ton of success in this defense, I think that it definitely puts a lot of weight on my shoulders, and that's definitely something that I want to fulfill the role of.
15 years ago to the day was the punt block heard around the Big Ten. Barry Alvarez and the Badgers went into the Metrodome and somehow brought back the axe. With 35 seconds left, they were down 3. Minnesota on the punt, and Jonathan Casillas came up huge. He blocked it. Ben Strickland fell on it in the end zone, and the comeback was complete. Wisconsin finished the year 10-3 and went on to beat Auburn in the Citrus Bowl. Before the bye, the Packers' offense looked pretty unstoppable. Aaron Rodgers has been sacked only 3 times. They haven't turned the ball over, and as far as points, they're putting them up in bunches. But even though it might be hard to spot things that they need to get better at, Green Bay knows they need to improve, which is why they're excited to see how they stack up against a stout Tampa Bay defense.
The mindset that the room or the team goes as we go is just kind of how you put that onus on yourself to take care of business. So I think everybody's kind of bought into that. And honestly, it's like I said, it's tough to say where exactly we can get better, but there's always something you can do better.
It's going to be a great challenge, a great test to see where we are as an offense. And, you know, we're going to have a great week of preparation in order to go down there and get the result that we'd like.
Do you remember where you were 15 years ago watching that game?
No, I don't. Probably here, sitting right here, I guess.
Shut the game off because they were down 10 with like 3 minutes left.
No, you were 12 then, so. That's how kids act sometimes. Let's go to Gary, final check of the forecast.
I'm just watching a nice sunset. Beautiful western sky tonight. Temperatures already in the 40s through most of southern Wisconsin. Freeze warning in effect overnight. Look for a low temperature in Madison, about 31, but some upper 20s in the outlying areas. High temperature tomorrow, only around 50 with a chance for a shower. And chilly weather for next week.
All right, Gary, thank you. Thanks for joining us for News 3 Now at 6. Have a great evening. We'll be back here tonight for News 3 Now at 10.